Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel Devotion of Knowledge. Today we are back again with another YouTube video, and this video is going about a topic of denial of service. Now it is kind of a cyber attack that takes place. Now, whether you are a cybersecurity expert, whether you are a computer science student, whatever field or domain you are working in, this is a very interesting attack, and every one of you might have experienced it in one form or another form for sure. So, I will be explaining you this attack from very basics. We will be also watching a live demo of DoS attack in our Kali Linux by executing some of the commands, and we will be taking all the respective and required knowledge about this attack. So let us move forward. First of all, you have to understand the architecture on which this particular DoS attack takes place. So whenever we are accessing any cloud, any website, or whatever thing, they mainly follow this architecture called client server architecture as it is shown in the diagram here. So for example, client server architecture, this is one user and he or she is using this particular website. Okay, so whenever we are trying to access any functionality of any website, every website has a dedicated server located on premises or on cloud or any elsewhere place as per the scale of the company or organization. So this is the server of that company or website that a user is trying to access. For example, user tries to access or wants to download a PDF. So this is the machine of client. The client machine will send a request to the server. This server will have some database attached to it. The server will check for the PDF that client is trying. Database give the PDF to server, and server will give the response through API to the client. Now this is the basic architecture of any website or any service deployed on cloud or anywhere irrespective of that. Now whenever DoS attack is executed, okay, now this is just a server, means it is just a machine which facilitates the request of the user. Now this server is not a supercomputer. It has some limit. It has some at max upper bound capacity of facilitating the request that client is sending to server, and server replies back. For example, the server is having some limit of, for example, I would say X request per minute. Okay, now what if I am sending 10x request per minute? If you give such a hectic amount of request for a task for a server to do, it will basically get exhausted, and sometimes it might result into the server crash. It might result into server crash because there are too many requests for the server to handle, which he is not able to, because the request of server to handle is only X request per minute. So this is the case when server gets exhausted and it is out of service. This you might have experienced in cases of, for example, result declared on government website, result declared. Many a times there is a sale on online shopping websites. So for some time you might feel that the website or application is lagging a bit. So all of this is because of the DoS attack, because the server is not able to facilitate all the requests of a user which the client sends to server, and it crashes out for some time. Now in these scenarios, this thing is natural. No one is doing intentionally, but there might be situations in which it can be done intentionally as well. Intentionally how? Let us consider this server and this client. Now this client sends too much of load, too much of request to the server and server crashes out. But see, as it is only a single client, so there are chances that server might ban this user or server might stop taking requests from this particular client. So instead, what attacker does, attacker deploys so many of machines, one, two, three, four, five, n number of machines, and tries to send request to server from this too many machines at a time. These machines are called botnets. These machines are called botnets, and every client tries to contact to server at a time, so that as there are too many machines, so it will be also difficult for server to track each and every user, and all these devices are compromised devices. For example, it might be your phone as well, because many a times we are trying to access some phishing websites. Phishing means the website might seem legit to you, but it is basically malicious, and many a times we are downloading some cracked softwares from such websites. So there are chances that we download some of the malicious softwares or virus that can be used in future for such botnet attacks, and user will not be even aware about this as well. So this is the case of distributed denial of service attack. It is called as DDoS attack. So I hope the base or the concept behind the attack is clear to you all guys, and let us move towards the implementation or visualization of part, where we will be executing some of the commands. And yeah, I'm telling you, please don't execute this on any real machine or try elsewhere, because this is illegal. I am just doing it for educational and awareness purposes only. So please don't try it on any real IP address, or please don't try to compromise any real system. You guys might be behind the bars for such kind of heinous act that you are proposing, because nowadays cyber crime is a very severe and very dangerous crime to commit, because the consequences might be very unfavorable in the cases. So please don't execute this thing. So let us go in our Kali Linux and let's execute the command. Now you might be aware or questioning why Kali Linux, because Kali Linux offers many ready-made softwares and commands to execute or for cybersecurity purposes. Okay, so this is the console of Kali Linux. Now to execute the attack, you should be having the IP address. One should have IP address of the machine. IP address means every machine on internet. For example, these are the machines on internet. Every machine is given a specific address so that they can be known uniquely from the millions of devices active on the internet at a time. So to check the IP address, you can open the command prompt and just type the command IP config. This will give you the IP address here. As you can see, IP address is 192.168.207.136. 207.136. Let me note it down somewhere. Okay. So here is our console. Now we'll be executing a command. Let us first go into the root access of Kali Linux. Sudo su is the command to get the access of Kali Linux. Let us give password, and as you can see here, we are in the root of Kali. Now, those who are not frequent Linux users, root is basically an environment where user is given some of the extra privileges to interact or to execute some of the commands which require great privileges for the user, which are not given to normal user. So this is the command. Just a second. Sudo h ping sudo h ping -1 // flood, and we'll be writing IP address of our machine that we just found from command prompt dot 207 dot 136. Okay, this is the command. Now, what this each and every term stand for, we will be understanding. First, okay, what's the error? Yes, sudo hping3. Okay, it was my mistake. Okay, now this command is executed. Now you will be seeing that there is not any significant change. But let me tell you, please follow this cursor. This graph shows the CPU usage. Initially, it was very less or negligible, but after execution of this command, CPU usage has increased as the graph is, traffic is increasing because the packets that or the data that number of requests this command is sending to the destination IP address, which is of our machine, it utilizes the CPU to facilitate each and every command or packet which is coming. Let us also see taskbar of our PC. Control Shift Escape. And here in CPU, okay, this is the CPU. Windows Z. Okay, here on this side we have Kali Linux. In next tab or in next desktop, let us execute this command. Okay, sudo hping. Okay, IP address is same. Now, please see the CPU activity. Okay, I am writing this command. Enter. Now this activity will increase. As you can see, yeah. Yes. Please follow the cursor here. It is increasing. Now, if I do it in the third tab also. Okay, here it is. Control Shift. Let me magnify. Sudo hping. Okay, here I am executing the command as well. You see monitor, you see here CPU activity has increased again, and here also utilization was initially 37%. Now it has increased to 45%, 53%. Let us do it in new command prompt as well. Please open sudo hping. Okay, let us execute this command. You see here utilization. I have entered the command and okay, it is not executed because our CPU is under a great load because this is working in a Kali Linux, and this my Kali Linux has been assigned some specific amount of CPU cores to execute the command, and it is overcoming the or it is exceeding the request because as you can see the CPU usage is increasing up to 75, 78, 80% up to. And now let me cancel this flooding attack and you will see the observable decrease in the CPU activity. Yeah, you can see there is a drastic decrease in CPU activity on this side as well as on this side. As you can see, there is a great decrease. So this is because the attack that we just executed. Let me explain you the command in detail. This is the hping command, which is mainly used to create a custom packets. Now, what is the packet? Those who are not aware, whatever the request that we are sending, it is sent into the form of some packets which contains IP address and the details related to computer networks. Means it is a computer network term. Those who are not aware, please don't deep dive into. Packets are nothing but just a format or standard format in which the data exchange is done between client and server. Okay, there is nothing else to be aware about. So as you can see, CPU utilization has been decreased from 50% to almost 20%, as you can see. So yes, hping command creates the packets. -1 is for default command, which is ICMP command, Internet Control Message Protocol. All these things are computer networks terminologies. So please, if you are not aware, please don't deep dive into. This is flood because it is for sending as many packets as possible with full speed, and this is the destination IP address. So this command pings the particular device of the IP address. Pinging means sending a packet. So whenever a packet comes from any device, our PC facilitates it, or it checks what is in that packet. So it requires some CPU usage. So whenever we again execute the command, you can see sudden rise in CPU. Utilization is directly up to 46%. You see this sudden spike? It is also here. So it is because of utilization of CPU because of this command. So I hope this much knowledge about DDoS attack is very much sufficient. And to prevent this, we have many methods such as installing firewalls, checking DNS records. There are many ways to mitigate this particular kind of attack, but it is frequently occurring element, so one should have knowledge about. And yes, I think this is enough for this video. We will be meeting in the very next video. I hope you have enjoyed the concept of denial of service attack. We will be meeting in the very next video very soon. Till then, keep learning, keep hard working. Thank you very much.